Hello, how are you all doing? It's back again, John, and back again, John. It's John back again. This verbal diarrhea is really getting to me. Anyway, lads, it's time for an unboxing. Yep, it's time to project finished. Time to start another one. So it's unboxing time, and this unboxing is of this fabulous kit. Yes, it's the TAMIYA's NASHORN. Looking forward to getting this done. It's a pretty new kit. Yes, it's a pretty damn new kit. I'm trying to find the date on it as I'm rambling on here. I'm sure it's got a date in it somewhere. 2014. Yep, 2014. So it's only 4 years old. So to me, that's a pretty new kit. Okay, so let's get down to the bench. Let's see what's inside in the box. What do you get for your money? All that kind of thing. What's the moulding like? Any flash? I don't expect there to be flash. And being a TAMIYA, I expect it to be, and a new TAMIYA, I expect it to be pretty damn good mouldings. There are a couple of other reviews up on Facebook, so I have looked at them, so I kind of have an idea of what to expect. But this is my one, and you know the way I do them, I kind of sort of flip through and don't really care too much about what parts are called and things like that. Purely because I don't know what parts are called and things like that. But we'll have a look at what you get, and, you know, what's there for your money. So, down to the bench, have a look. Right, so here we are. As you can see, it's a pretty big box. It's a good sized box. We'll have a quick look at the old box art, seeing as everybody does it. We get a nice picture of the NASHORN itself. It's in 1/35 scale. Of course, it's from TAMIYA. It's the 8.8 centimeter pack 43 1 ounce wagon 3-4 STKFZ 164. Okay, so that's the front of the box. On the side they give a kind of broken view, as in the side has gone out of it, of what you get, what it looked like with the man sitting down inside and spare ammo and all that kind of garb. We get a little bit of a colour call outs here of colours that are needed for it. We get the 4 figures, loader, or three of the 4 figures. We get loader, commander. Okay, it's all in Chinese. I don't understand Chinese or Japanese, so it's one or the other. We get one of the colour call outs here, camouflage colour call outs, and more Japanese writing, which I don't understand. On the side of the box, it just gives us basically what's on the front. So that's it for the box. There's nothing on the back. Just blank. So pop up. And here we go. This is what's inside. That's what counts, isn't it? That's what's the most important part. That's what we buy a kit for. The inside of the box. What do we get inside? Right, we get very nice pull out colour call out. Okay, and it makes a nice little poster for the wall as well, so it's quite nice. It gives us loads of Japanese writing on that side of it, and on this side it gives us the English explanations basically about the NASHORN. So it's a nice little read up there. If you want to read it up, you can. And a parts thing. Okay, what these are, what that is, and this, that and the other. Okay, so we get a nice little booklet with our colour callouts. We get a workshop manual. Okay, it's booklet form, step-by-step instructions, 23 pages in total. We'll have a look at that in a while. But nice that it's in booklet form. It's a nice book. Okay, and then we get our parts. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 little bags of bits. Okay, 12 little bags of bits. We got this bag here with our decals, decals, transfers and stickers. We've got a bag here with a bit of rope, some poly caps, little bit of brass cable, 2 little metal bars, and like I said, our polycaps and things, so loads of little bits. We get our tracks. Now, if I've been nicely told that these tracks are gluable, which is good. You don't have to go melting, but I still like to go do the old melting. I enjoy the bit of melting. Yes, I enjoy a bit of melting. So we got our tracks. We got a bag here with our tub. Okay, nice bat style tub. Okay, there we go. We get 1 sprue in that bag. We get our figures. Okay, 4 figures. We get our barrel. Okay, now the barrel is taped to the inside of the box. Okay, so if you ever get this kit and you're wondering where the barrel is, it's taped to the inside of the box. There's our barrel. We get 2 sprues here with our wheels. We get another sprue, single sprue. We get 2 sprues in this bag. Don't know if they're identical or not. We'll find out when we start opening them and having a look. We get a sprue and another one. So let's put this behind me. We'll start off and go through them one by one. That's the only way to find out. Okay, so pop and pop. Mind your staples. My God, if those staples get into the hands of a small child, it could cause severe damage. Staples. I make a little pile here of staples over at the side. Okay, so back into the bin. And our first sprue. We got our fenders, side skirts. We have our front piece. Seems to be nicely moulded. We've got, I'd say that's the inner deck. We've got a gun shield and a couple of other little bits and pieces. We've got some spare track there, tow hooks, other bits and pieces. But the moulding is actually quite nice. It's quite crisp. I like that word, crisp. Nice bit of diamond plate there. Okay, you can see that. Okay. Nicely moulded, no flash. Wasn't expecting flash anyway on a new kit. So that is sprue C. Okay, very nice, very nice indeed. That's our first sprue, and our second sprue. Ping again with our staples. As I said, we make a nice little pile of the staples. There we go. Another one for our collection, and another one there. So we're getting a nice little collection of staples, free staples, and free plastic bags. Okay, so loads of little parts, two wheelie things here, but the moulding is nice. It's nice and crisp, nicely detailed. Don't seem to have any ejector pin marks and things like that that stick into horrible places, and you gotta go filling them, and they don't expect them at this stage of the game anyway, not with newer kits. Okay, so if you can look at the moulding and that is absolutely gorgeous. It really is. We've got our muzzle brake. It's in 2 parts, but sure, you know, we're all kind of can get rid of little glue lines and things like that at this stage. Okay, we've got the side of the gun here. Very nice, very nice indeed. Lovely mouldings on that. That is sprue D. Okay, so you got little clasps and things. So very nicely moulded. Very nice indeed. Very nice plastic. Oh, we got a bag here with 2 sprues in it. Okay, so again we've got our free staples. Don't forget our free staples. Make a little collection of them over there. You never know, the might come in handy at some stage, and if not, sure, the scrap man will be around and can sell them for scrap metal. Not get very much, but it's there anyway. And we They are both identical, two identical sprues. So we've got sprue F and sprue F. We'll have a look at one of them. Put one behind us. Right, we've got our ammunition, loads of ammunition. Now, as you can see, the empty shells are not drilled out, but it's easy to drill them out. You know, you've all got pin vices and little drill bits, so you can drill them out a bit. You don't have to go the whole way down, just go down to about there on it. Okay, because this is as much as you will see anyway. So we've got our ammunition. Very, very nice, very, very nice indeed. We've got some little handles or hooks or something like that. We've got our side vents. We've got a folded up MP40 there by the looks of it. Some more little handles, cable, yep, our tow cable ends. Very nice, nicely moulded. Nice feel to the plastic. Nice feel to the plastic. It feels nice and quality, nice quality. So that is sprue F. Okay. We have two sprue Fs. There are those of you who remember the count from Sesame Street. Two sprue Fs. Excuse me. Right, we've got another couple of staples here for our collection. Well, the old scrap metal man will be around in a while, and he's gonna make a fortune out of him. Now, I do like to remove them before, because I remember one time I did leave them kind of sticking out of the bag, and when I pulled the yoke out, a big scrape along, and it would happen to be on the outside of the bloody thing. But not this time. I've learned by my mistake, and I take the staples out. Be careful when you are taking them out, because they could fly and ping and take the eye out of a small child or an animal or something. It's not being careful. Okay. Excuse me again. I'd say these are exhaust pipes or something, because they've got a little bit drilled out there at the end. Can you see that? Whoa, speedy bubble. Okay, so that's nicely drilled out a little bit. We've got our gun restiani thing. Can't remember the name of it. I'm deadly for names, aren't I? We've got a storage box, more storage boxes. We've got our MG, that's a 34, an MG 34. Easiest way to tell is the 34 is the roundy one. Okay, very, very round barrel, and the 42 has the square, sort of a squared off barrel. Okay, the 34s are all used in vehicles, even right up to the very end, even though they'd really stopped giving them out to the troops. They use them on the vehicles because for changing the barrels it's much easier. You don't have to take out the whole thing, so it's easier for changing the barrels, so that's why they use these ones on the vehicles. Mind of information. I'm a mind of information. Okay, we've got our ranging binoculars there. What else have we got that I can recognize? Nothing, absolutely nothing, but I know that we've got loads of little boxes and things and grills, and I'd say they're the cleaning rods. You never know, I might be right. Okay, and that is sprue E. Okay, sprue E. You can take a look there for yourself now, and you can see that, you know, the rivets detail and all that is absolutely gorgeous. Really, really is. Really looking forward to getting started on this. Okay, so that is sprue E. We're on now, and we've got our wheels and things, and being a German vehicle, obviously there's going to be loads of wheels. Okay, after we get through this mind of staples. Oh, we're missing a staple. Staples after popping. See, now there we go. Child is safe. Right. And they're both identical. Okay, it's sprue P and sprue A, so we'll take them apart and we look at one of them. Alright, now we've got our drive sprocket, we've got our we'll call them hubcaps. They're not hubcaps, but they're our bolt detail-y thingies. Okay, these are probably the little rollers along the top. We've got our suspension bogies with the suspension on them, nicely moulded, lovely rivet detail and bolt detail and all that kind of stuff. Okay, and then we're down to our little road wheels. Okay, and we have quite a lot of them, so 6, 12, 18. So we've got 18 on each sprue, so that means we've got 18 friggin' wheels. There's going to be loads of them. Our return rollers, our idler wheels, that's the drive mechanism that go onto there. Spring suspension tops and stuff. Very nice, very nice indeed. That is sprue A and sprue P all together. Okay, so there's our wheels, and we've got 2 of these as well. Okay, we've got 2 sprues of that. Oh, the last of our big bag of sprues. Making a nice little collection of staples, aren't we? And plastic bags as well. We've got a load of plastic bags. Dead handy. Right, here we've got the curved gun protector thingy. Okay, now we've got here and here, here and here. Got kind of little ejector pin marks or moulding thingies. Okay, I don't know if you can see them or not. They're very faint. They'll come out very easy. Yeah, you can just about make them out there. Okay, if I get very faint, very faint indeed. But you mean you're going to have lots in there, so you won't see them anyway. I doubt if you will see them. Okay, you've got hatches covers, I think. Some nice more of that bolt and rivet detail on there. Very nice indeed. And we got 2 big side panel-y things. Nice deep panel line there, so that'll take a nice wash and stuff like that. I mean, it's a beautiful looking vehicle. It really is. I wouldn't like to be on the receiving end of it, but it looks quite nice. Okay, so that is sprue B. B for buttocks. Sprue B. Okay, very nice. Now we've got our hull. Okay, we got a nice bat style tub hull, so you don't have to go put it together out of 20 or 30 little parts. There we go. Ha! Thought it got away from me. Plastic bags, bit heavy. And we've got our hull. Okay. Oh, we've got a piece there to fit in. I'm sure there's a piece that will fit into that anyway, so I'm not really too bothered about that. And it's nicely molded, and it says 2014 TAMIYA, so nice and crisp. Really is nice and crisp molding, and a lovely feel to it, like I said earlier on. But yeah, some lovely detail. Very nice detail on that. You know, bolts and things. Very nice. Okay, so there's our bath style hull. Let's hope it's not warped. It doesn't look to be warped. Shouldn't be warped anyway, should it? So there's our hull. Nice one-piece hull. So let's take a look at our barrel. It's a one-piece barrel, which is good. Okay, there's no having to fit your barrel together. Although we did find out that the muzzle brake is in 2 parts, so you only have a small bit of scraping to do. So there is our one-piece barrel. Isn't that nice? That is very nice. Okay, our one-piece barrel. Okay, all one piece. Right, I'm sure that little divot there is for something to go onto it, so I'm not worried too much. I think that's where the barrel holder kind of goes onto it. still can't remember what it's bloody well called. I'm sure somebody will stick into the description box, but by the time they were stuck into the description box I'll have remembered what it's flipping well called. So anyway, there's our one-piece bar. Very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Okay. Now we got some figures. Okay. It comes with 4 figures, like I said. Staples. Where are the staples gone? I'm not losing a staple. Oh my god, somebody protect the kids. And somebody please think of the children. Right, plastic bag, we don't need that. And we've got our figures. Okay, so we've got a chap kneeling down, chap sitting down, and 2 guys standing. Okay, can tell that from that. So let's look at the faces, because the bodies are, they look okay. They look quite nice. You're a nice bit of, you know, nice wrinkles and things in the uniform, so they're quite nice. And it's the winter uniforms they've on. So these winter uniforms, they're reversible, okay? So you can have them white or the camouflage colour, because they just turn them inside out whenever they need them white or whatever. Okay, so let's have a look at those faces. Let's get that in as close as we can. That to me is okay. I'm happy enough with that. Okay. There's another one. Okay. And our other 2 faces should be up here. He was there for a second. Come on, zoom back in again. That's the thing with auto zoom, it doesn't really, sometimes it gets it perfect and sometimes it doesn't. But there we go. Yeah, and we lost it again. Maybe chap here with his mouth open, so I say he's the commander roaring his instructions. Wow! Okay, so we've got some nice figures there. And like I said, the uniforms are quite nicely moulded as well. You've got nice wrinkly details and things like that on them. There's the upper torso. And the backs of it then, we've got the hoods down and things. So there's nice creases and all that kind of stuff on them. So they're very, very nice figures. The helmets are like, I hate when they do that with the helmets. The way they mount the helmets there on the back of that. Because if you're not super duper careful, you end up with a little cutting too flipping much out of it. So you got to be very, very careful removing the helmets. But they are quite nicely moulded. Got some pistols and binoculars. And that's it. That's our 4 figures. Very nice. Right, in this little bag, which I am not going to open until I'm actually needing it, because knowing me, I'll open it up and I'll ping them everywhere and I'll lose whatever I need. But we've got, if you can see from that, we've got 2 little bits of metal piping. Okay, that's those there. That's probably for the gun up and downy thingy, for the shooty thing. Yes. I love my descriptions. Anyway, we got some polycaps, nice little rubber polycaps. We've got the smallest polycaps I've ever seen. Look at them. They are friggin' tiny. Okay, absolutely tiny little polycaps. So we've got to be careful putting them on. But they're nice, and we've got lots of loosey-goosey ones as well. Loads of little loose ones. So there's plenty of polycaps in there. A couple of different sizes. Big ones, small ones, fat ones, and tall ones. And those are the tiny ones. Okay, and we got some nylon thread. Okay, now that's probably for the toe rope, and I use picture hanging wire for that, which is the same thickness as that, and it's nicely wound, and it looks an awful lot better than this. But what the hell? And we got another. We do have a little bit of copper wire, okay, as well. Right, so that's that little bag of bitty pieces. Okay. And last but by no means least, we have our tracks. So let's pop out the 2 staples in that. Slide it out of its sheath. Excuse me. And we've got our tracks. Oh, there's the moulding on the inside of the tracks. And that is very nice. Okay. We've got our... It's quite strong. Not flimsy at all. Not flimsy at all at all. Right, and there's our moulding for the outsides. Okay. So it's very, very nice. Very nice indeed. And there are Wabat wax. You can put them together like that. And they form our tracks. You cut off this bit, obviously. So there's our tracks, okay lads, and it's like I said, I have been reliably informed that they are gluable, okay, so you can use your TAMIYA glues on them, or you can melt them, or you can do both, a little bit of melting and a bit of gluing. So there, okay, so there we go. H is on them, so part H is our rubber tracks. So that's it really for all the plastic and stuff. What's left is we've got our decals, decals, transfers, stickers. I will carefully remove the staple. There we go. Nice little pile of metal over there. We're collecting a nice little pile of metal for that. And we've got our protective sheet and our decals. Okay, very nice decals. We've got our Balkan croix here. We've got some lion logos. We've got the hearts and the Pommern. So we've got different units and things. We can, whichever way you want to go, and you can do a bit of research, and you might be able to get some aftermarket decals for other units that use them. I'm sure they're there. I'm sure they're out there. I won't be looking for them. I'll use what's there. And that's our decals. So let's get on and we'll have a look at one of the most important things, the instruction manual. So I'll just bring the camera over and down a bit. Okay, so I'll just readjust that for us, okay, so we can see. Now, there we go. Right, we've got our instruction manual. It's the NASHORN 8.8cm pack 43/1 of that word 3 or 4 STKFZ 164, 4 figures and 3 kinds of markings included. And there we go, our NASHORN. That's right. And like I said, it's booklet form, which is very, very good. I do like the booklet form ones. They're so much handier than the pull-out sheets. Okay, we got here is our you know, the read before assembly, you know, safety precautions, all that kind of thing. The recommended tools, the paints you need for it, how to paint, applying your decals, what the icons mean. You know, whether you cut off a piece, do not glue, paint this color. Decal and apply instant cement, CA glue or super glue, whatever you want. Right, tells you about undercoating and some more painting tips. Right, and instant cement, which is basically, I call it CA glue. Uses only a small instant cement. Yeah, it's CA glue. Super glue, as we call it in Europe. CA glue is the our Yankee friends call it. So anyway, let's get on to the instructions. We start off with our wheels, as always, with armour. Get your wheels done first and get them put away, out of the way. Okay, so you're putting together our drive sprockets, our road wheels, the idlers, and the little return rollers for the top. Okay, we've got a track pin retainer plate, you got to make that, and then our rear panel. Okay, so that's all got to go together. Then we're attaching the rear panel onto the onto our tub. Okay, fitting on our little return rollers. There's the escape hatch thing onto the bottom of it. There's our track pin retainer plate that goes on with a tow hook. Fitting on springs and things and return rollers and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's basically a reverse of this one. For what you do on that page, you're doing the same in this page. Okay, so it's one for either side. Right, then we're on to fitting suspension arms, and like I said, I think that's the exhaust. It looks like the exhaust. It appears to be the exhaust, and as far as I'm concerned, it's the exhaust. Right. So you got our suspension arms and things, and then it tells you to fit the wheels. I personally don't fit the wheels at this stage. I leave the wheels off until much later, because I paint the wheels separately, so you can get in around all here and stuff. It's much easier to do it that way. So we've got our wheels. Then we're onto the tub, and we're fitting in our fighting compartment floor and our fenders, the upper hull underside. Right, we're fitting in a little ring in there, and then we're onto the top of that, and we're fitting all the little bits and pieces to that there. Okay, now I've just realised that I've been looking at the thing and forgetting what's on the bloody screen, so hopefully you've gotten all that. Right, so we got more getting all the bits and pieces together and stuff. Okay, and it's nice. I like the way it's laid out, that there isn't too many steps into one, and it's clear. It's not jam packed. Okay, right. So that's probably why there's so many bloody pages in it, because they've used a bit of consideration and, you know, spread it out a bit. It's only a bit of paper, it's cheap as chips, and they've made it easier for you to you know, to see how to get things together, so you're not overloaded with bloody information trying to get them all on and you're missing things. Another little hint that I use one of these, okay, which is a highlighter pen. I mark off what I've done. Okay, so we're putting on the our front armour plate, fitting on our machine guns and things onto the right inside of the right plate. The left armour plate, there's more bits and pieces to go in there. Okay, all these little bits and bobs to go on. Putting on our armour plates on there. The jack, the more little hull parts. Over here then we've putting on the big back plate onto it. Okay, the rear armour plate, fitting our jack, hatch covers, a few more little wire holders and all those kind of things, spare track holder on the front. Okay, you can make it in the hatches are open or closed, which is nice. I mean, why would you have them open anyway if you don't have an interior, but you can do it that way, it's up to you. Okay, and travel lock. I remember just before I read it, so don't think of that. I read it and then said, travel lock. I just remember what it's called. It's the travel lock for the gun. Okay, that's the shooty thing, holdy up device. Okay, so there's a few more pieces to go into that. It's got to be assembled. Okay, and we use a bit of our cable here, whether you use the string, no, wire. Okay, so we use a bit of wire on that. Okay, so that's got to be wired on, so that's all set. So very nice. Sitting our spare track onto the front of it, and there you go. See, you can cement or melt with the tracks. Okay, then we've got our tracks with it, and that's basically all that done. So then it's telling you what all the gun parts are. So then you got to start making the gun, don't you? So we start making the gun. So we've got our, we start off with the gun base, the cradle for it, okay. There's our little dints that are on the gun, on the barrel, okay. It's got a little claspy thing around it, okay. We've got our muzzle brake. You've got to fit in a little circular piece into there, and our 2-piece muzzle brake, fit that on. We've got our breech assembly, all the little parts for that. There's our recuperator mechanism. Oh, there you go. The uppy downy thing. I prefer the uppy downy thing. Attaching the uppy downy thing, sliding in our barrel, okay. The assembly of the gun mounts, okay, and using the really small poly caps on that. There's our little metal bars, I think. Yep, our metal bars. You got to use a bit of CA glue to get them in, okay. So we've got our little sort of pistons, you know, piston assembly. So make your 2 little pistons, attaching the pistons on the side. So it looks pretty complicated. Indeed. Very fiddly. Very, very fiddly. You enjoy fiddly. Okay. Then fitting all the gun together. Our mechanisms for operating. Well, okay, I'll got all the mechanisms for operating our the gun mantlet and the gun sights, okay, they all getting all that sorted. The attaching the gun parts, fitting our gun into the gun mantlet, and more of the gun mantlet supports, okay, so they go inside there, so it's nicely supported. I'll tell you, it looks very complicated, doesn't it? But being TAMIYA, it should be an absolutely fabulous fit, and from what I've seen with other people, if they can do it, I can do it. I can do it. I have confidence in myself, isn't that great? So we got attaching our gun, so our gun fits into a couple of little pre-drilled holes, see, into that and under that, so the gun will traverse and go up and down. Then we're on to our ammunition stowage and stuff. There's loads of that there. Fitting in our ammunition stowage, our spare wheels on the back, more ammunition stowage, fitting our attaching the rear doors. Yep, the rear doors to get attached onto there. These are machine gun mounts and our ranging binoculars, okay. Machine gun mounts basically are for, you know, for the anti-aircraft support. And our tow cable. It says use the string painted black, but I find that when you use the string and you paint it, sometimes it can go a bit hairy. It can go a bit hairy. That's why I like using the bit of picture hanging wire, and it's quite flexible. It does a great job. Okay, so, and it's easy enough anyway. Look, it goes into little clips and things. Then we're on to the construction of our figures. Okay, we've got loaders, our commander, and our gunner, nicely seated, and he fits in around the sight and all that. Position of the 4 chaps inside, and there you go. Okay, it looks very nice. It really, really does, and I'm looking forward to getting started on that. So that's it. That's a quite a long unboxing because it's quite a large kit. It is quite a large kit. So I'm going to get started on that, and I will keep you updated on progress. Then we got painting and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do a die or not yet, but you know, you never know. I've often said I won't and I do, and I've often said I do and I don't. So we'll leave that till later. Okay. So this is it. That's about as much as I'm going to rattle on about. It's a nice unboxing and looking forward to it. Lovely, lovely looking kit from TAMIYA, the NASHORN. Okay. Oh yeah, one thing I have forgot to say is kit number. It is kit number 335. Okay, so it's 35335, and it's 35335 NASHORN, and it's from 2014. Okay, so that's I'm not going to natter on anymore. Catch you on the next one. Stay safe. Don't forget to watch my bum on Mondays, and stay tuned to the channel for future updates. And I want to say thank you very, very much to anybody who has subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed, click the little button down there and you can subscribe to the channel for loads of nonsense and little bits of modelling as well. You mightn't learn very much, but you might be entertained. Okay, so this is John signing off and saying his most important words: go out and buy yourself a kit, build it and enjoy it. Okay, catch you on the next one, lads. Stay safe.